Hi, Dr. Patrick Cohn here with Peak Performance Sports. This week, I'm continuing my deep dive into pre-shot routines for golfers so you can improve the consistency and the usefulness of your pre-shot routine. You're watching the Golf Psychology Podcast. Hey, before we get started, please like this video, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. This week, I'd like to talk about what are the mental skills that go into the pre-shot routine. A lot of golfers think of the pre-shot routine as a physical exercise where you set up to the ball in a specific way. You might look and waggle, for example, or you might do something specific behind the ball physically, like looking at the target. But there's way more to a pre-shot routine than just the physical aspects of the routine. And today I'm going to talk about what are those mental skills that you want to integrate into your routine. Step one is you need to do your homework. And that's somewhat of a no-brainer for golfers. If you've got a shot in the fairway, you need to figure out your lie. You need to think about the club and the distance, that maybe the type of shot, if you're good enough where you can flight it down, for example, or draw or fade it in there. You need to think about the type of shot you're going to hit, the wind direction. So I call that doing your homework. Extremely important that you go through all those steps to get the right club, to think about the right shot in your mind. So that's step one. You probably do that automatically already, which is great. Step two starts with the planning. Now, the planning part, I call it planning and programming, but the planning part goes into what type of shot you're going to hit, ultimately what's the club that you're going to use given the distance, and also, in addition to the planning, the programming part is you visualizing or have a positive image. Not everybody is a visualizer, for example, and that's okay. And that's why I say having one positive image or intention of what you want to do with the ball. What do I mean by positive intention? That means essentially you're thinking about what you want to do with the ball. You're thinking about the ball going on the green instead of in the bunker or missing short, for example, or hitting in the water, right? That's a negative intention. That's what we call avoidance golf. You don't want avoidance golf out there. So planning and programming is extremely important because then you can get committed to that plan. Nothing is worse than not being fully committed. You're wishy-washy about what you want to do, what club you want to hit, for example, the type of shot you want to hit. Is it a 3/4 wedge, for example? Is it a full wedge? Do you need to knock it down? So you want to, after the planning and programming step, you want to commit. That's another mental skill. You want to be decisive and commit. Super important for golfers. What's that mean? That means pick a plan, go with it. Now, can it change when you get up over the ball and the wind blows in a different direction? Yeah, certainly. But at least you start with the perspective of, I have a specific plan. I'm committed to this club right now. I'm committed to this type of shot, and I'm going to go ahead and execute this shot over the ball. Call that commitment, call that being decisive, whatever mental skill that you want. Extremely important for golfers because you don't want to be wishy-washy when you're standing up over the ball, still debating on whether it's a 6-iron or a 7-iron, for example. That's not going to lead to a good shot. That leads to a wishy-washy swing. Next, the mental skill you want to consider is confidence. Now, confidence is simply believing the ball's going to the target. If you have a good swing and you can hit 7 or 8 out of 10 to your target on the range, then you should have that belief that I can hit this ball to my target. That's extremely important. Now, I don't like the word should because that's an expectation, but I do like the idea of this ball is going to the target. I have the goods, I can execute. You can simply have some self-talk. I'm going to crush this down the center of the fairway, or this is going right at the flag. You can do that, but please don't create an expectation for yourself that it has to go right at the flag. There's a difference there between the expectation, it should, it must, it has to, versus I believe I can. I know I can. The next skill is focus. This is extremely important. The whole routine is built to help you focus. You have certain steps in the routine. We call those performance cues, certain things that you have to do, such as the homework and the planning, the programming, maybe some self-talk. Those are all the steps that you do in the routine to get ready to get you into a better position over the ball. That's extremely important as well. Next, maybe the most important is the trust component. Now, if you've listened to my podcast, you know I talk about trust in your swing all the time. Trust in your swing is essentially letting go of consciously controlling, in other words, verbal instructions, self-coaching, and allowing your swing to happen from muscle memory. It's really motor memory, but we'll go with what coaches know, and that's muscle memory, right? This is extremely hard to do if you're worried about the outcome. You're worried about missing. You're under pressure. You have to make a birdie to make a cut for the tournament, for example. But extremely important skill for you to be able to play your best is be able to go out there and free swing it. Those are the main mental skills, and we'll be talking more about these and breaking these down in this new series I have for you. If you have a question, you can leave it underneath this video or in the podcast itself, and I'll try to answer your question, either written or do a video response here as well. If you want more information about mental coaching, pre-shot routines, jump over to peaksports.com and make sure you get our little booklet for golfers on the top mistakes golfers make with their pre-shot routines. Thanks for watching.